I'm an electrician by trade, and I was working for a long time, and I got pretty heavy into drugs, just about anything I could find.
In 2002, I got arrested for drug-related charges.
I've been clean and sober for 10 years. However, homelessness has been the most pragmatic problem for me and many others at trying to find an affordable place to live in my means.
I can tell you where people are coming from that I'm seeing out there. I'm watching people out dying in the bushes, even when they are in the place of where they're ready to begin engaging the idea of getting sober, began engaging the recovery process. For most programs, at least in Santa Barbara County, there's a waiting list to get in.
The day I got out of jail, November 5th, I came out here. And I'd never been into a program before, never attempt to try a program, even though I had a problem. I didn't know how to do it. So I came here and I was very fearful for myself at first because I didn't know what to expect.
For the people that want to clean up, they find it's easier here to stay clean than it is to go out there in the world.
I've been coming here for 7 years, and each time I've left the property to go back into the wrong type of business, I've ended up back at Dan's front door.
It's just a program that's set up that these people can live at a pace where they can concentrate on themselves and how they're living and enjoy life instead of getting right back into the grind.
Mr. Duvall here thinks outside of the box, and he really does an incredible job with meeting people where they are and trying to come up with individual plans for helping people along that journey of recovery.
Well, how do you think we could be the most helpful to you?
By allowing me to be the most helpful towards you. You tell me what you need done, and I could probably figure out a way to get it done, or just do it.
It's unlike any other program, really. We all help out around here. Everybody does their own little chores or whatever. I don't think I could have made it in just a regular inpatient program.
It's a life, and that's one thing that I'm proud of, is because we can provide work here, and we can provide a living situation, we can provide food, and I don't think, they say advice is worth what you pay for it, and I guess that's what the counseling here is worth.
This is going to be our second year in production, and we doubled the size this year from last year, and we had a very successful year, even though we had problems with the rain and other stuff. We did have a really good crop, really bumper crop of tomatoes and squash and cucumbers. But it's to see the plant grow, and then to see in late September, it's hard to explain. It's like a natural high.
We have a hope that we can do everything here ourselves, and we don't have to rely on the government and the taxpayers for money. And we don't want to be a non-profit that's all about give me money. Sometimes you're afraid to say that you're a non-profit because everybody's going to think, oh my God, he's going to be hitting me up for a donation right away. And we've pretty much tried to stay away from that.
He gives you the chance to work and get yourself back into normal life. A lot of recovery programs, you're inside. They don't let you go outside or whatever. You're in for 30 days or 90 days or whatever long. And out here, at least you get to go out in the fresh air. You get to work and get back into the swing of things, as they say. So it's unlike any other program, really.
Mental health, social services, drug and alcohol, probation, and parole is a state agency, but parole has brought a lot of people out here. The program has been a complete success in every sense of the endeavor, except that From day one, we have not been able to have any legal housing. The only legal housing we've got is the farmhouse, and we tried to add on to the farmhouse, and they said we'd have to have a conditional use permit. We tried to get a permit to build the stucco barn. They wouldn't give it to us, so we took out a permit exemption to build a barn, and then because it's more of a dormitory than a barn, they condemned that.
You know, the fact that every 3 or 6 months for the last several years, they would come out here and try to take away my trailer that I live in and take my home away from me. At one time, they actually did lock me out and told me to go live and move into this tent, that it was healthier and safer for me. Disabled, asthma, broken back, mental condition, post-traumatic stress, complicated grief, but I'm healthier and happier and better off living in this tent than I was in this cute little apartment trailer that I've made up in there.
I can't understand. It's mind-boggling to me that they would say that any structure here is worse than somebody lying out there on the beach or in the bushes. It blows my mind.
County code enforcement, shut the electricity off out here. Turn the water off out here for our safety, for our benefit.
I don't know, I think they really need to think about the big picture of what they're implying. I mean, that people go back and lay outside and die rather than being here. This place is paradise compared to that.
I think their living conditions are great. You know, I mean, I've lived on the streets, and that's no fun. You know, this is, at least you got a warm, you know, roof over your head. You got showers and, you know, food every day. And, you know, it's a lot better than where I've come from.
You know, they want to bring up health and safety issues, but it's not really health and safety issues. It's issues like when we built the garden sheds. They're not code compliant for people to sleep in because they don't have a kitchen and a bathroom. And if we wanted cabins, we'd have to have recreational zoning. And it's just been for 8, 9 years. It's been try one thing, try another thing. We just keep running in circles with the housing.
There is such a need for increased mental health programs, recovery programs, and Dan's doing an incredible thing, a very brave thing, by doing what he knows needs to be done here in trying to bridge some of the gaps in our system.
It's a good feeling that I am a person. I'm not a second-class person. You know, I may feel that way. I used to feel that way, but.
I mean, I never even imagined it would be anything like this, you know. You know, somebody told me it was an inpatient or a residential live-in program. I just, you know, I was kind of skeptical about it and got out here, and it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me.